Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video on how to accurately read an ovulation test. Now these are quite tricky because compared to pregnancy tests when there are two lines, no matter how faint the test line is, it's positive. But with ovulation tests, there is always going to be two lines, and that is why it can sometimes be really confusing. It's about the darkness of the test line, which is how you are going to know what level of fertility you are, whether you are low, high, or peak. And we're going to go through that today with a bunch of different ovulation tests, going from cheap strip to normal ovulation tests, and I'm going to show you how to accurately read each one, as well as show you some line progressions showing you what low, high, and peak is and the difference between all of those levels. So I would first like to start off with the cheap strips, and these are the easy at home strips. These are the ones that I used when I conceived my daughter, and here I just have them in my fertility diary that I will leave the link to below if you want to purchase it, but it keeps your ovulation strips nice and organized. So basically, as you can see, there are always two lines on all the strips, but as you can see, that first line is a different darkness on all of them. So this is starting at cycle day 10. That first line is very, very faint, and it continues to be very faint all the way down. And that is a low reading. That means you are not fertile and you are not going to be ovulating soon. And then as you go down, right there on cycle day 15, how dark that first line is. That is a peak reading. That means that you will ovulate within 12 to 24 hours after taking that test. I took that test at 9:20 p.m. So you can say that I ovulate the next day. Then I just want to go one down, and you can see that line is still darker than the control line. However, it is not as dark as the peak, and that is a high reading. But if you continue to go down, that line starts to fade off again, just like it was before, and you're back to a low reading. And that is how you read an ovulation test, and that is what ovulation test line progressions look like. Now I would just like to show you what it looks like with some other ovulation tests as well. Now these are two other brands that are really good. The top one is the Equate brand from Walmart, and the bottom one is Walgreens brand. And CD and then the number stands for cycle day. So we start off with cycle day 11, 12, 13, and then 14. And this cycle, I peaked on cycle day 12. So going in with the Equate ones, you can see on cycle day 11, that first line, which is the test line, is significantly lighter than the control. Cycle day 12, it was significantly darker than the control, and that is when you peak. And then cycle day 13, they were about the same, so that is a high reading. And cycle day 14, it is less dark than the control, so it's back down to a low. Like I said, these tests are 2 weeks old, so it is a little harder to read, but you still get the idea. Now moving on to the Walgreens, cycle day 11, that is a low reading. Cycle day 12 is a peak reading. Cycle day 13 high, and then cycle 14 still looks high, but that was actually a low reading as soon as I took it. But that is how you read an ovulation test that has the two lines that come up. So that first line, which is the test line, if that is fainter than the control line, that is a low reading. When that first line is about the same darkness as the control line, that's a high reading. And then when that test line, that first line, is darker than the control, that is a good peak reading. Very, very fertile, and you will ovulate probably the next day. So moving on to a digital ovulation test. These are easier to read because it tells you right then and there if you are fertile or not, if you are high or if you are peak, so you don't have to sort of figure it out or not be very sure. But these are very expensive, and I did a whole video comparing and testing 6 different ovulation tests, which I will link right here. But as you can see on the box, what each different reading looks like. I hope this video and explanation helped you if you were having a little bit of trouble reading them. If it did, give me a like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below or message me on Instagram. A lot of women do that, and I will leave my Instagram right here or in the description box below. And I am trying to make more fertility videos because those are the ones that my viewers watch and enjoy and find very helpful. So if you have any ideas of any more of those kind of videos, then please let me know and I'll be happy to make them. But apart from that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.